Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Check check. Yeah. It's Nefftys. Hey, I'm Priscilla Nefftys, and I'm a local rapper, artist, and community organizer here in Nogales. I've been doing hip-hop music since I was a teen. I started recording my own songs when I was 16, and that's why I feel like that time is really important. In the teenage years is when we start defining ourselves, and that's why I've committed to support, motivate our youth. I was born here in Nogales, Arizona, and I lived in Nogales, Sonora, Mexico across the line most of my life. And I was always coming and going to school here and living there, having family over there, friends here, and that was just my border life. Siempre tendrán algo que decir. Muy despreocupada por mientras me verán seguir. So when I was young, I guess I didn't understand really what it was to live in the border, because we're so close to our roots here from Mexico. We mostly all speak Spanish. We follow the traditions, holidays and things like that. So it was always so present to me. And coming here to the US, it was not that different, because really Ambos Nogales is like one big city slit in half. The train crosses pretty much every day. So when it stops or it slows down, we're able to see the graffiti on the trains. And that's also something that really makes Nogales hip hop, and it makes us inspired because we see art from other artists that are not in Nogales, so it's like a moving gallery. When I started doing like my own history investigation, the train was the first thing that came here. That's really what brought the population to Nogales. It was built in the 1880s, and that's when like commerce started and mining around these lands. So for me, when I started doing the history investigation, it took another turn of why it's so important here in Nogales. 2018 is when we started doing some of the graffiti murals around here. That was a really big thing that we wanted to do, and that's really where the term Nogaleria came from, because we wanted to make Nogales an art gallery, an outdoor urban gallery. The main purpose of Nogaleria was to change the narrative, like having something out there for Nogales people to feel proud of being from Nogales. Charles Mingus, he was born in Nogales to a Buffalo Soldier father. He became a legend in the whole world. Like everybody knows who Charles Mingus was. And I feel like if when I was a child, they would have told me about Charles Mingus, it would have made me more inspired into the arts. Like I was still drawn to the art world, but I feel like if it was more out there for kids, they would also be inspired. So that's why I was like, okay, Charles Mingus has to have a mural. I really envision Morley like going back to that commerce area, but in the arts. Like a lot of these spaces that are 100-year-old buildings, I feel that they can hold space for artists to like do workshops, have their studios, small galleries, and really have a lot of locally made things here, like art, handcrafts, and all kinds, textiles, paintings. Think outside the box. I think that's what Morley's about.